sometimes you just want something that's consistent, that's reliable. And Gangwon Baekjong, to me, is the best Korean barbecue chain in the world. They are using really high quality ingredients. They're serving something in a very consistent, particular way. And the way that they're just running their restaurants is really high quality. And I like that I can depend on that I can recommend, hey, even though you're in this city or in that city, you can go to Baekjong and have a great Korean barbecue experience. I'm gonna meet my friend and colleague Daniela Galarza, who's a senior editor at Eater. She's kind of like the restaurant business expert. She's gonna explain to me why she thinks this chain is so successful, why they're growing, and why they're so good. All right. Wow. I love that everything is just set out and laid out ready for you.
For us.
They've stripped away a lot of the extra stuff, and yet when they do put in, they tweak it and then they standardize it. So like this sauce, for example, they're like, oh, it's just a dipping sauce. But actually, no, it's their way of doing a Korean barbecue dipping sauce, which has serrano chilies, it has raw onions in there with soy, and then you have this like knob of wasabi.
Yeah.
And like, I think a lot of people are gonna be like, what the hell do I do with this?
I've never seen that at a Korean barbecue place, yeah.
You got your meat, and you got your sides that come for free. 여기 양념 왕갈비 하나고요. I got us beef tongue. And we got your marinated short ribs.
The meat is really the big deal in consistency and the menu.
There's only 6 different cuts of meat.
Yeah, that's indicative of a chain. You know, they all tend to use the same cuts of meat, but this location, for example, uses dry-aged ribeye, whereas the other ones don't.
It's New York City. Everything here is dry-aged.
They have to cater to their clientele. And I feel like it's the most approachable version of Korean barbecue in New York, in the center of the city, because it is a chain.
Yeah.
Everything is consistent, from the banchan on the table to the size of the tables to the way you're seated to the way you're greeted is the same as what you'll find in every city. Because of that, and because of this particular location's precise location in the middle of New York City, it attracts a lot of tourists and first-time and people that have not had Korean barbecue before.
They cook for you. I mean, I know that's a defining quality of Korean barbecues, that you get to do it yourself, but actually Baekjong is insistent that they cook it. Oh my God, look at that fat dripping off. You can see how this is kind of like where the tongue is right there. It's almost translucent. I'm just gonna have it straight. So you have it with sauce, I'll have it without.
I really like that flavor.
It's got a chewiness to it.
Yeah.
How do you like it with the sauce?
I like the sauce a lot. I like the fresh serrano chili in there. And I love onions in all forms, but the raw onion adds a little bit of sweetness.
There's fatty, meaty richness, grilled, and then it's like coated in sweet, savory, like super addictive, and then you get the hit of that wasabi.
Yeah, the wasabi lingers kind of at the end.
It's nice. I mean, it's heady, and like it makes you want to keep repeat. Oh,
This is the lunchbox.
okay. So you can see that there's a base of cooked white rice. You have to have the fried egg, but look, then you have the little mini anchovies, seaweed, and then you have fish cake, black beans, and kimchi. Watch.
Ooh.
Yes.
That looks good.
Yeah. This is called toshirak, or lunchbox. When you're at school, your mom packs you lunch like this. And you take these metal boxes and you stack them up on top of the heater, the stove in your school. So the whole thing is just all day until lunch. It gets heating up and staying warm.
Starts to smell nice while
it does.
While you're learning math.
And then when it's lunchtime, you pull yours out, you take your box, you shake it up, and boom, your meal's ready to go.
Oh, I love that. Man, and I love that the egg was like soft fried, so some of the yolk is all mixed in there.
It's a perfect complement to your meat. So you have a little bit of meat, you have some of this stuff, and you're like, oh, I need something comforting. And just like, this reminds me of growing up. Boom, a scoop of that. I really like this cut. Actually, the first time I had it in Korean barbecue was at Baekjong in Los Angeles.
Oh, cool.
It's the pork jowl. I love that they have this particular pork cut at every one. It's just like this ring of fat, and then there's like a sliver of flesh in there.
I love watching the fat render, and like you can,
you can see the beads coming off the side.
Drip down the side.
Ooh.
It's not overly fatty, even though it's just pure, almost pure fat. Like I'm getting chewiness from the fat, but it's been rendered and it's been cooked so that it's almost meaty texture.
And there's that browned edge, gives you a little extra kick.
Yeah, I really like it dipped in the sesame.
Because it's just extra nuttiness, extra fattiness, and just that hit of salt that's in there. This is one where you're gonna take their kind of signature wrap. You're gonna take their pink daikon radish wrap. Right?
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
It's sweet, it's salty, it's vinegary. You get, yeah, the acid with the fat is perfect.
She's gonna scoop out the soup.
But what kind is this?
So they call it a brisket doenjang jjigae. Doenjang jjigae is fermented soybean paste. They make that into a soup. It's very simple. It's like the most basic, elemental Korean dish.
The broth smells incredible. You can really get like different fresh and dried chilies from it. And so they're cooking it on top of the mushrooms. I mean, I cook meat at home, but if I had come here and I was supposed to cook that by myself, I would have never known to do that.
Because all that fat is just gonna drip into that mushroom. To me, my favorite part is always this, when just the edge gets singed right there. When you go to a steakhouse, you want their signature thing. With any Korean barbecue, it's gonna be the marinated kalbi.
Tender. Definitely getting some sugar on there.
Yeah, I want it a little more cooked. Not necessarily in the inside, but I want a little more sear on it.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm feeling really, really good right now.
It's a great thing to end on. It's very substantial.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm starting to get full. Thank you so much for joining me, Daniela.
Thanks so much for inviting me on.
And if you guys want to see more of K-Town, click right here.